3 Pokemon that I think would be perfect for a Galarian form. Y'all know this man's gonna be in the top 3. Farfetch'd.
Yo, I love Farfetch'd.
My boy. Next up, Smeargle.
The painter Pokemon.
Smeargle? Okay, got my painting boy.
My dude, Weasel.
Weasel too? Oh my gosh, he's hitting all the notes. Wow.
Alright, look y'all, I'm not a designer out here. I'm just going off the concept in my head. If I could transfer it to paper, I would, believe me. But I'm describing it the best I can. Let's do a quick little recap before I let y'all go. Okay?
Wow, I have an idea.
Let's do a quick little... It's hard to put this in a vision because I'm not an artist, so I can't draw it up, but this is just my idea. You guys are getting an insight into my mind right now.
Oh my gosh, yes, I was bored for this. Hey, it's me, PK King, and today we're looking on the bright side of Pokemon and drawing Galarian forms. It seems that this time around, they aren't restricting it to just one generation, so I'm gonna be optimistic and say every Pokemon has a chance. The ones I chose for this video aren't necessarily the most likely Pokemon to get Galarian forms, they're just my favorite Pokemon, at least some of my favorite ones. I didn't realize how much I wanted this until I watched King Meach's video about his 3 most wanted Galarian forms, and I was like, what the heck? We have like the same list. So I just kind of bumped it up to 5 because I didn't want to just be copying his video, but I will use some clips from his video to further convey my points and his points mainly. This is mainly me drawing his ideas, and then I like threw in some of my stuff at the end. The first 3 Pokemon are going to be from his video, and the last 2 are going to be completely mine. I didn't just copy his 100% verbatim. I switched them up a bit, but I do recommend watching his video first just so you can kind of get what he's saying before my interpretation fucks it all up, okay? Alright, first one up, take it away, Meach.
First off, y'all know this man's gonna be in the top 3. Farfetch'd. It's about time my boy got some respect. Because Sword and Shield is based in the UK, my idea for what a Galarian Farfetch'd would be based off of is the Queen's Guard.
Okay, right off the bat, in love with this idea. If you don't know, and I won't go too much into this, but Farfetch'd is already kind of rumored to have something in this game, so I think this makes a lot of sense for it to be a Galarian form. And also, if it was based off the Queen's Guard, that'd be dope. They have to have something based off the Queen's Guard. They just can't ignore that. So if it was Farfetch'd, I feel like that'd be very respectful and be like, yes, get Farfetch'd everything they deserve. Honestly, drawing this and looking back on it, I don't even know if it's like a Galarian Farfetch'd or if it's like a Farfetch'd evolution, and maybe it went a little too far, maybe it looks a little too different. So tell me if you'd rather have this as an evolution or just the Galarian form of regular Farfetch'd. I don't really know, because if this thing gets an evolution, well, it's gonna be dope. But I don't know, maybe this is the evolution looking back on it.
Now, as we know, my dude walks around with a green onion on standby at all times. Now, if he was based on the Queen's Guard, I heavily doubt Game Freak would want to give this man a rifle. Maybe they just give him a black stick or something.
And about the baton, I was looking in the comments and Joey? Wait, like Jacob Ocarina's live stream Joey? Oh my gosh, hi! Anyway, he actually said it'd make a lot of sense for it to be like a police baton or something like that. And I kind of went with that idea too. Obviously, it's kind of tucked under wings. You don't really see it too much. But police baton, black stick, I mean, it's the same thing, but like, just to make it more concrete.
I'm thinking, right, he'll be like blacked out, right? He'll be a black bird. His feathers will be all black, except for maybe his wings. His wings, right, would be red, and then also his feet could be red. It'd really look like this man is a guard, right?
I mean, kind of. I don't know. I went with the more red approach in general. The only part that's really black is the legs and the feet, because the shoes and the pants are pitch black, but they have that red jacket on. They also have a lot of white and black accents, so I incorporated that a bit too. Maybe I was going a bit too far, because at the end of the day, it's a bird. Like, how are you gonna go grow feathers like that? That doesn't really make sense. But I mean, it's Pokemon. Fight me.
So they take them 3 things on his head, and those would be black, kind of to signify the big old hats the Queen's Guard wears. This man would look straight up like a guard for the Queen. It'd be based off the UK. I'm just saying it'd be a good Galarian form.
Yes, I love this. Okay, so I wanted the 3 little feather things to still be distinct from each other, which is why like there's a big one in the front and then 2 little ones in the back. But I think it still kind of gives across the same idea. I also made that V on his head kind of go all the way around, because those dudes have these like the little ways to strap it like under the chin so the big old helmet doesn't fall off. I wanted it to kind of resemble that. If you see what I'm going, you get it. You get it. Also, evil red eyes, I don't know, they scare me. So intimidation factor, like, perfect.
As far as typing, regular Farfetch'd is normal flying, but here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, right, fighting flying, because you know them Queen's guards, if they gotta fight, right? If someone comes trying to get to the Queen, they fight. And then of course he'd have the black stick in his hand that he could use to fend off people, you know, signifying the rifle. And that's my concept for Farfetch'd. Now I do know this idea is a little far-fetched. Next up, Smeargle,
the painter Pokemon.
a normal type.
Smeargle uses the liquid that comes out of its tail to make unique marks that establish its territory.
Smeargle is a painting Pokemon, right? It uses his tail as a little paintbrush. I decided to look into the art of UK, and I thought about graffiti, right? And then all of it just came together perfectly. One of the most well-known graffiti artists in the whole world is based out of England, and that's Banksy. I don't know if y'all ever heard of him. G form of Smeargle could be him as like a graffiti artist. Instead of using his tail to paint, maybe he's got like some spray cans on deck.
Okay, honestly, this is my favorite one. The Banksy idea is so smart, basing off a graffiti artist. Like, wow, that's perfect. So I obviously went with that. You could see the tail is all bubbly up. I'm imagining he shoots it out of there, you know, like how graffiti artists shoot out of a can, but just out of his tail. I made his hat more like a street hat, or like a regular hat that people wear. I made a little mask going over his face and kind of like drew a little tongue sticking out over it. It's easier to see later on, but yeah, that's not his actual tongue. That's like, he just drew that over a mask. You know how people wear those things sometimes. His ears just get huge, and they kind of work as those filters that some people wear, like the mask that they wear, but they're like on his ears. I don't know if they're actually functional, but they look cool. Maybe he can like put that up to his face when he's like spray painting, and that's why he's kind of holding one. I think that'd be pretty cool. But besides that, I just made the kind of rings that like hang off his like ankles and his like his wrist, more like baggy, just because, you know, just a little more, he don't care, you know what I mean? And he also has pockets now. I just thought that fit. I don't know why. I know he's a dog, like it doesn't, not a kangaroo, like this isn't it, but I don't know, he has to carry like something.
So as far as typing goes for Galarian Smeargle, I was thinking like dark or poison, because you know when you think of graffiti you think of like people going out, well at least I do, I think of people like going out in the night, man, spray painting the walls while the cops aren't around, man. They get it done in the night and they zoom off before anybody even knows who did it.
I mean, yeah, I think dark poison would actually just be perfect. That's lovely.
My third and final Pokemon I want to see get a Galarian form is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, my dude Weasel. Weasels, right, that Weasel is, right, he's a little water weasel. Weasels are actually the most numerous carnivores in Britain, according to mammal.org.uk. I think his typing would be ghost, and my reasoning for that is weasels are known to be sneaky, so I see Galarian Weasel being a sneaky little thing that comes out at night and it's like in the alleyways and tunnel areas of the Galar region.
I think I took the word little little too far. Honestly, this almost looks like a baby form. I would not want, please don't make baby forms of like Galarian, because that would be dumb. Don't do that. But it kind of looks like that. So maybe they're just smaller here, so they're faster and more agile and could better steal your berries, you know what I mean? So I mean, if he's running on the streets and not really in the water, he won't really use his tail to go spinny fast and swim really good. So he uses it to hold stuff, because it's still like a double tail. Like, that's useful. Why would you not use that?
As far as what he would look like, this is what I'm thinking. We know he has the little like yellow floaty around his neck. I'm thinking that'll be like maybe like a purple spirit or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Just try to imagine what I'm gonna paint. I'm gonna paint the picture of Galarian Weasel for y'all. So his entire body is a stealth black, but he's got maybe some white marks on the tail, maybe like a white belly, and then he's got the purple little spirit floaty around his neck. And if you want to get real crazy, maybe even give him like purple eyes to make him look real sneaky.
As for the colors, I kept them kind of the same, just a little darker, a little bit diluted, a bit more, because I still wanted it to be him at the end of the day. But the gas idea I really liked. I originally had an idea of maybe it being like a bubble of gas around him, and then when he feels danger, he can pop it and it kind of like covers him in shadow, so as he runs it's harder to spot where it's going. I didn't draw the bubble part just because like you're not getting 2 for the price of 1. Hello, who do you think you are? So this is the one you get, but I think it still conveys the point really well. Obviously, you can still see his big ol' head, but it helps him evade, you know what I mean. Okay, my turn. So Weasel is my number 3, but my number 2 is easily Staraptor. Love this dude. If I'm being honest, I just looked up UK birds and just scrolled until I found one that looked interesting, and the one I like is the osprey. Osprey. I'm just gonna say osprey. Anyway, this bird is like a water bird. Not a water bird, but it eats fish. You know what I mean? So I thought, okay, there's a lot of water around the UK, obviously. So what if Staraptor just adapted to that and just started eating fish all the time? So he's a little puffier. He's a little bit more prim and proper. Staraptor is like super edgy and like, ooh, I'm gonna kill you. But like, I wanted to flip that a bit. So instead of red, he's all blue. His hair, instead of going in the front, it kind of goes in the back and it's a little like curly up, you know what I mean? I still try to keep as much as I could about just Staraptor, but obviously stuff like the edge of his wings are like darker just because he's going in water, they're touching the water, they're getting wet, they're getting scruffy, that just kind of happens. He has those little dots on his chest because that's what the osprey has, so that's it. Even like the edges of his, like the tail thing that he has, it's shorter and it's just like wet. I imagine it's like wet, you know, because water bird. So yeah, puffing on his chest a bit more, a lot fluffier, a lot nicer, and you know, eats fish only. This one also kind of looks like a pre-evolution, if I'm being honest. I mean, I feel like it's better than the one before, but I mean, like the smaller beak and everything, and I would just imagine it'd just be smaller in general, since Staraptor's a pretty big like bird. It gives me those vibes again, but I think it's okay. Also, it's not fight. What type is Staraptor? I don't even know. I'm a horrible Poke fan. Staraptor's flying normal. I always thought Staraptor was like flying fighting because they learn close combat. But anyway, this Pokemon would just be water flying. Okay, number 1, Apon, my favorite. Okay, but this is gonna take some explaining to do, so hear me out. When I was doing research about monkeys in the UK, the main thing I realized is that monkeys are like legal as like pets, right? And I'm not saying like everybody has a pet monkey, no. That'd be dope, but no. But monkeys are like domesticated there, seemingly, right? The only other thing about monkeys was there's like ice monkeys or something like that, and I had an idea that it just didn't really work out. So I was like, okay, what would a domesticated Apon look like? So I'm imagining everybody got an Apon in their house. Apon is such a popular Pokemon. It's like the new Growlithe, Eevee, you know what I mean? Everybody got an Apon. Because of this, Apon normally uses their hand, like their tail hand, to like swing around and help them survive and things like that. But they don't really need that. They're getting handed food, you know? So now they have hands. You know, if you don't remember, all they had was little stubs before. Now they have like hands, maybe like 3 or 4 fingers, but they're there. And now their tail. Okay, originally it was just gonna be like a pillow. It's gonna be like the size of a pillow, you know what I mean? And then like Apon would just use it to lay down on and relax all the time. But after drawing, I was like, oh, what if it was like a bean bag? And it's just like huge. And then I was thinking, okay, well, that means he wouldn't be able to move like at all, which would not be good. So I'm thinking it's more of a bag. And I know you might be like, what the heck, his tail is a bag? But Delibird, his tail is a bag. So it's not that weird. It's not that weird. It's a Pokemon thing. It's a Pokemon thing. So yes, his tail is a bag, he hoards food, and he lays down on it. When he takes out all the food, his hand will go down to like normal size or maybe a little bigger or whatever. It won't be deflated, it's not a balloon, but it'll just be down to normal. This is just like him super hungry mode. Maybe that's his new ability. If he has like a held item, he can hold 2 items or something like that. And his defense raises if he holds 2 items. That sounds broken. Whoa. Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. Someone call Shofu. But yeah, besides that, I just kind of diluted the colors just because, I don't know, it's kind of sad looking at it, you know, so He's just a little darker colors, but he's chill. He's got the apple. He's eating healthy at least. Like, I mean, come on, but that's Apon.
Farfetch'd, based off the Queen's Guard. Smeargle, maybe a dark and poison type with a little graffiti artist. And then Weasel, a ghost type weasel that hangs out in the freaking alleyways of the Galar region.
And for me, we got a water staraptor and a domesticated Apon. You see why I had to use his ideas? Thank you, Meach. Thank you for letting me use some clips from your video, because like otherwise I can draw, that's kind of it. But I really liked your ideas and I wanted to help you put them on paper, so there you go. I hope you like them.
Don't just give me the 3 Pokemon you want. What's your idea for what they would be, what they would look like, maybe what typings they would be? Say it all.
I hope this is enough. Anyways, here's all them together. What? Here's all the Pokemon together. I hope you like this video. If you have any ideas or anything you would change, please let me know in the comments. And also don't forget to check out Meach. He does a lot of Nintendo content just like myself, but he actually uploads. Like, it's crazy. So check him out and maybe check out some of my videos too. This is a little bit different than what I normally do. So if you like this kind of stuff, let me know, because this was really fun to make. Anyways, I'm gonna let you go and I'll see you guys eventually. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, maybe next month. I don't really know. Hopefully soon in the future. Probably school starting soon, so probably in a while. Love you guys. Bye.